Do-do-do-do-do-do. Time for some me time. Wait, what's this? What the hell?
This all started when we met in college. It became apparent that we'd all been, or just people we knew, and found science and research proving its harm, aiming to raise awareness on the harmful effects of pornography using only science, facts, and personal accounts.
What the hell? Oh, I don't think so. Mini D, get in here, now!
Yes, oh mighty creator?
I want you to do a video on porn.
Yes, sir. But one question. What's porn?
It's when two people film having sex.
Oh, okay. What sex? I don't even know what sex is. How am I supposed to talk about pornography? Well, time for the internet. What the hell, humans? You actually do that to each other? I mean, the man put his... and the woman then... you humans are gross. Hello, humans. Mini Doc here, looking at the things you think you know. You might have noticed my voice is different. Well, that's because my creator did an experiment on my vocal cords and, well, this happened. So, have you heard about the newest drug to hit the street? It's called porn, and Fight the New Drug is one of the several groups that are against pornography. But unlike other groups, they approach it from a non-religious standpoint, but instead as a public health problem. So, is porn a problem? Since Fight the New Drug breaks down the ways porn harms people into 3 categories, I decided to look at each one and see if the claims that porn is addictive and causes the person to, over time, to become more accepting of violent types of sex, which I don't understand how sex could get more violent than it already is. Once again, you humans are gross.
And bring me some brains.
The first way they list is the brain. Fight the New Drug claims that porn is addictive and releases the same types of chemicals in the brain that drug use does, and even changes the very structure of the brain with its constant use.
And that's all I can do.
The second way they claim porn is harmful is the heart, which is pretty much just relationship stuff, and that the porn user starts to care less about having actual relationships with real people. The final way is the world. This is porn's effect on things like increased violence in the population, and the problem that faces the porn actors, and how the internet has been helping it become more prevalent. I'm not going to lie, this was a tough one to find a non-biased look at the subject. Most of my findings were from other anti-porn groups that had a more religious bent, or feminist websites with an obvious anti-male message, so both of these were no use to me. A lot of the information on Fight the New Drug's website was based on tests conducted using animal research, or on studies that used other shady scientific practices. I was about to return to the creator with the bad news of my failure and accept my punishment, but then I came across a few articles that shine some light on this topic from the other side. So, let's look at the 3 ways pornography is harmful again, but this time with the filter of information.
And bring me some brains.
Groups like Fight the New Drug compare using pornography like using cocaine, because it releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin onto the brain. Would you like to know some of the other things that release those chemicals? Let's see. Gee, it seems like most of the things that people enjoy doing release these chemicals. Almost like they were feel-good chemicals, and that was part of how the brain worked. Addiction forms when these chemicals are released often and in large amounts. This is why people become addicted to things in the first place. Doesn't matter if it is drugs or going to the gym. The same chemicals come into play. In his article, links in the description, Dr. David J. Lay looks at the research on this topic. The study used an EEG to test the effects of pornography on the brain of self-admitted porn and sex addicts, and discovered that the participants had the same levels of increased brain activity that non-sex addicts were when given the same test. Also, when compared with the questions about sexual desires that the people filled out prior to the test, the researchers discovered that the same effect was seen in the brains of people that reported high libidos, but did not seem to think they were sex addicts.
And that's all I can do.
Part of this is hard because a person's relationship is kind of subjective. For example, a swinger couple may have a completely happy, loving relationship of over a decade, while a chaste couple are in a miserable relationship for a month. Different strokes for different folks, I believe the saying is. Yes, sure, pornography can cause problems in a relationship, but so can a lot of things. That's why you use these things called words and discuss the problem between the two of you. Maybe the people just don't need to be in a relationship if this is an issue. Now, on the other hand, the rest of the things that they say in this is easy. They say porn causes people to have difficulty getting aroused by normal women because of the unrealistic image that porn gives. Well, come close. I want to tell you a secret. So does all entertainment media. If you're not mature enough to realize that what you see on TV is fantasy, and now this is coming from a 4-inch tall toy, you are not mature enough to be in a relationship. While it is true that the internet has made pornography easily accessible from anywhere thanks to things like smartphones, but let's be honest, you humans spend way too much time online anyways, whether it is social media or porn. All of you should get up off the internet and go out and get some fresh air. I mean, after you finish watching this. Well, what about porn leading to increased violence? I watched hours and hours of porn to prepare for this, and I saw things. I'm looking at you, Japan. Several studies have been conducted, and Milton Diamond looked at them. Let's see what he says. The studies he looked at show a decrease in rapes when porn becomes easier to obtain, and that a strict religious upbringing is actually a higher common trait with rapists than pornography use. They could also find no relationship between pornography use and an increased negative attitude towards women. I can even speak from personal experience. The creator watches tons of pornography and only very seldom rapes. Well, other humans anyways. Okay then, it must be horrible for the actors and actresses. It's pretty easy to find stories of former porn stars who became addicted to drugs and did horrible things before finding religion, but these seem to be the minority. In the documentary After Porn Ends, Actors and actresses within the porn industry speak about their experience. And the larger problem seems to be the negative view that other people have of porn stars more than anything, causing them to have problems in relationships and things like that because people do not wish to be associated with porn stars. Wow. It seems to me that it's not really porn that is the problem. It's just that some of your race are shitty people, and porn has nothing to do with it. Fight the New Drug may not use religion in their arguments, but they are doing it for the same reasons. A personal moral objection. They don't like porn, so no one should. The worst part is the fact that they target impressionable young people with false data worded in a way that seems legitimate. But what do I know? I'm just a toy.